But here's the thing, what you thought we had never lasted. It was good at first, but eventually I could see between all the cracks, yeah. You did everything you could to have me. You did your best to make me yours. If I knew how all of this would turn out, but nobody knew. And now we done to you. And now we done to you, baby, you, baby. How can I say it so that you could understand? How can I tell you how stupid I felt? I can't believe that I thought we were in love when you were busy playing on my heartstrings. You did everything you could to have me. You did your best to make me yours. If I knew how all of this would turn out, but nobody knew. And now we done to you. And now we done to you. Baby, you. Baby, how could I let you in? I couldn't let you in. It's all so fast, you really got me. You. And now we done to you. 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 You did everything you could to have me. You did your best to make me yours. If I knew how all of this would turn out, but nobody knew. And now we done to you. And now we done to you. Baby, you. Baby, how could I let you in? I couldn't let you in. It's all so fast, you really got me.
What's up, guys? As you know, I am now officially less than 5 weeks out, which is crazy to me because prep has just flown by so quickly, and I know the next 5 weeks are gonna go by super fast. I can't believe tomorrow's already May 1st. Jason's birthday is coming up, and there's just only so much time, right? So I just kind of wanted to do a little check-in with you and do a little talk about some of the stuff I've been thinking about with prep. I feel like I'm at that crucial point. I've been watching a lot of Emily Hayden's videos because she's in prep as well. You guys probably already watch her videos, and she always has like the most motivational like quotes and sayings that just always like reach me. But with watching her videos, she talked about how this point in prep is really like where it gets tough, you know, like that 5 to 6 week out point is when it really starts to get like hard, if you will, during prep. And I agree with that as well. Like, I think that's where it really starts to get more challenging. That's where it's like, all right, time to really grind hard these next 5 weeks. And I'm definitely at that point. And I was kind of thinking about the other night when I was doing cardio, what works for me and why it works and why I've been able to do so many bikini preps, you know? And, you know, for me, it's not like a cockiness thing at all, so don't take it that way. But I really do feel like one of the key points for being successful, and I looked up some stuff online I'm going to read to you guys, and in terms of athletics as well, is not just being genetically blessed. There's plenty of people who genetically are gifted, they're talented, they perform well, and then those people still can't take it to the next level. So there's something called mental toughness, and I really do think that that's a huge, huge asset that can really help you reach your goals and kind of separate you from everyone else out there. In particular, I'm thinking about bikini prep, so I'm thinking what takes me to the next stage, like what makes me stand out from all those other girls that look just as good, if not better than me. How do I stand out? And mental toughness is what I was really thinking about the other night. And Part of why I thought about this is because I went to the gym to do my cardio. You may relate to this scenario. That's all I had to do was get in my cardio. 30 minutes wasn't that bad. And I realized I didn't have my headphones with me. And I was like, well, all right, maybe I'll just like make it work and listen to my phone quietly. And my phone was about to die. So I had no music, I had no video, I didn't have anything. And I'm just so used to lately, watching videos or listening to music when I do cardio. And for a minute, I was like, wow, this really sucks. How am I going to get through my cardio session? How am I going to do this? And then I decided to just take it as a challenge and go with it. And I did my steady state run for 30 minutes, just kind of in my own head, listening to my own thoughts and really thinking about prep so far. And I actually really enjoyed my cardio session. And I used to do cardio like that all the time, and I hadn't in a long time. I used to, when I trained for marathons, I would actually go out and do one of my training runs for like 20 miles and not listen to any music whatsoever. I would be alone in my own head for 20 full miles of running, which for me at the time would take me like 4 hours. So this is just for me one example of what feels like mental toughness, because what are you going to do? How are you going to handle that situation? And think about maybe how you've handled that situation before. Are you someone that's gone to the gym, realized you didn't have your headphones, and decided you're going to have a shitty workout because you don't have your own music to listen to? Or maybe you've actually decided to skip your session altogether and come back at another time. So for me, I kind of felt like, yes, this separates me because I'm able to still have a killer workout. I don't need music. I don't need other people motivating me. I don't need to watch someone else's YouTube channel. I can be in my own head. I can push myself hard without needing any other influence. And that to me just felt so empowering. And I felt so empowered when I was done with my cardio session. I know it may sound silly to some, but it's simple things like that to think about your own mental toughness. And I think it's like a muscle, and I do think it's something that you can learn to train. You can massage it a bit, you can work with it, you can train it and adapt it. So I did find like a really good article online that talked about 7 habits of people with remarkable mental toughness. And as I read through them, I really felt like there were helpful things to think about, not only for me in prep, but maybe for you guys who are, trying to reach goals outside of bodybuilding competitions, any kind of goals. I think these are great reminders. So I'm just going to go through and read through these for you guys, and I think you'll find they're very helpful. So I'm going to go through 7 of them with you, and I'd like for you to comment below if there's something I didn't mention or if one of these 7 really stands out to you and why. I'd love to hear some of your stories and how this might touch you, because I know as I read through it, I started personalizing things for my own self. So I'd love to hear how you guys personalize some of these remarkable traits or remarkable habits. So number 1 is always act as if you're in total control. That can be a hard thing to do in any area of your life, acting like you're in total control. Whoever really feels like they're in total control, right? I don't know if any of us do, but acting as if you're in total control can really help make you feel more successful because you believe that you're in control. So if you feel like you control the situation, it really can take away a lot of time from wasting your energy, that mind space that we waste that time worrying about things that we can't control. I think a lot of us do this. I know, do it during prep. I did it this morning. I started worrying about like, what if I'm not ready in time, to go back to bikini prep. I can't really control. I really can't. Like, there's things that are in my control for the next 5 weeks. So focusing on having total control. I have total control if I'm going to be ready for stage or not. Instead of sitting there and doubting myself and saying, I don't know if I'm going to be ready. I don't know. That amount of energy that you waste, it sucks you dry. It does, and it provides no benefit. It really does not. So I like to say fake it till you make it. I've done that in all areas of athletics my entire life. I don't think I was genetically born to be a badass athlete, even though I like to think I am. I still act as if I am. But I've been successful in a lot of areas of my life, and I think it's because I believe in myself and that I have that control to accomplish what I want to accomplish. Number 2, to make you more successful here with mental toughness, put aside things you have no ability to impact. Okay, so there's probably plenty of examples you can think of. Like I said, no one has like this unlimited supply of like mental strength or even like muscle strength. They compare it to in this article, which I like. So again, it's why waste your energy on things you can't control? If there's something that you don't have the ability to impact, then again, do what you can do. Set aside those things that you can't do anything about. You can't do it all. You don't have the ability to control every little thing. So if there's something going on that you can't impact, for instance, in bodybuilding, I'll keep bringing it back to bikini prep. I can't impact or change who I'm going to compete against on show day. I can't. So why am I going to waste my time trying to scope out who's competing against me? Why am I going to try to worry about it? There's nothing I can do about that scenario. When I show up that day, who's there is who's there, and that's fine. So why focus on it? Set it aside. Leave it there for show day, and don't worry about it. You can't control it. So focus on you. Focus on your own change and what you can impact. All right, number 3 says, see the past as valuable training and nothing more. So again, I see this a lot with bikini competitions, prep, weight loss journeys. It's good to know your past. It's very valuable. There's a lot of good information there. There's a lot of good knowledge that can be obtained from looking at your past and how it impacted you. Things that you learned from it, how your body responded, how you mentally responded. All that is really great, valuable information. So let it be valuable and learn from it, but keep it in the past and don't like live every day worrying about how the past was. You have to move forward at some point. So use that knowledge from the past, but continue to move forward. I do see this a lot with bikini preps, comparing to your old progress pics. I was at this place then and I'm not there now. That's a huge mistake to do, you guys. You're going to respond differently every time you prep. You're going to respond differently every time you enter a weight loss program. You're going to act differently every time you set yourself out to achieve a different goal. So again, use the knowledge, but don't be a slave to it that, you have to be exactly like you once were. You don't. Use the knowledge and move forward. Okay, this next tip is kind of interesting. When I read it, I was a little bit surprised by it. It says, celebrate the success of others. Okay, when someone else shines, they think that diminishes the light from their stars. So that I can actually relate to, and let me know if you guys do too. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where maybe you're not feeling the best, maybe you're like feeling a little down, maybe you just kind of feel a little blah in your life, and someone tells you some like really exciting news, like they just found out they're pregnant, or they just got a promotion, or they just won the lottery, or they just won their bikini competition. And maybe you're not feeling that great about yourself right now, but celebrate the success from others. It doesn't have to diminish what you're doing in your life right now. Again, it's all about how you use your energy on a daily basis for every passing moment that occurs throughout the day. So instead of being resentful or kind of bitter towards them, celebrate that and move on with your own ish. You know what I'm saying? Like don't waste that kind of energy on them. Celebrate their awesomeness and then focus on your own awesomeness. And if you feel like if that somehow inspires you to do things differently in your own life, then that's cool too. So don't forget to celebrate other successes. We're so quick to kind of focus on them and personalize it in a negative way. And again, it's so much energy and stress that we waste when we do that. All right, this next one that I love for prep is never allow yourself to whine or complain or criticize. So it's very powerful to complain. It overpowers you. For me, that negativity, when I start to complain about things, I don't stop, and sometimes Jason's got to put me in check, like, Kara, it's not that serious, or why do you seem so down today, And I won't even think I'm like in a down mood until he makes me recognize, like, I just complained about 4 things in 10 minutes. If something's wrong, don't waste your time complaining about it. Don't waste your energy complaining about it. I'm in a new job at work. Well, I'm 8 months in, but it still feels brand new to me. And there's so much I don't know still, and it makes me insecure. But in order to not go to work every day feeling stressed out and insecure about it, instead of focusing on the fact that, oh my God, I don't know this. Why don't I know this? This sucks. I don't know this. I instead try to improve upon it. I say, okay, there's 3 things I don't know and I've got to get these things done. So I'm going to take on this challenge and let's work on it. Let's fix it. What do I need to do to figure out a way to better understand this assignment I have to do? So finding ways to fix it instead of complain about it. And same goes true for weight loss programs and for bikini prep. Why waste this time of my life that I signed myself up for to complain? There's no point in that. It doesn't do any good. Why am I going to complain that I have to go do cardio? If you are in bikini prep, the more you complain about your workouts, the harder they're going to be, and you'll probably have really shitty workout sessions if you go into it with that mindset. So the complaining, the whining, the crying, the criticizing of yourself, it all needs to stop. It needs to stop. And that's one of the biggest things that I see too with people that reach out to me for help. We're our own worst critics, and we constantly criticize and never give ourselves any positive reinforcement. And we really need to turn that around. I think about it in terms of business and my everyday work. If I give someone a review of their work performance and I sit them down to talk about the past year of their life at this job and how they did, I don't want to sit there and give them 19 things they did wrong and only tell them 2 things they were doing good. That's like business 101. You don't do that. For each weakness, you got to give them a strength. And we need to do the same with ourselves in life, with our goals that we're working on. So there should be positives, and we should focus on the positives instead of criticizing and complaining about everything. And let me tell you, with bodybuilding, there's a lot of complaining that goes on. The diet, the training, I'm tired, blah, blah, blah. Why complain about it? Now, I'm not saying you can't ever sit there and I'll be real with you guys and tell you if I had a bad week or a shitty workout, but there's a difference between stating those things than sitting there and perseverating on it and complaining and really just always being in a negative headspace. So kind of think about that a little bit and identify if you do that. Like I said, sometimes I do it and I don't even realize it, and I need the people around me who love me to put me back in check. All right, so number 6 is focus on only impressing yourself. That's a really big one. So many of us focus on thinking about, what do I need to do to please other people? I'm a people pleaser. I think in a lot of ways I put Kara first, but at the same rate, in my mind, I'm always thinking, what do other people want me to do in this situation? Whether it's at work, home life, relationships, when I was in school, you name it. I grew up thinking about, how do I make my decision based on other people? Instead of just thinking about, who am I? What do I want? What makes me happy? What's going to make me look in the mirror at the end of the day and be like, yeah, girl, you did that today. Think about impressing yourself. What does that mean to you? What would it take for you to go into your Monday morning and impress yourself? What would it take? What would that mean to you? For me to impress myself, I'm thinking about making sure I'm checking things off my to-do list when I'm at work for the day, making sure I'm getting in my workouts that I'm scheduled to get in, making sure I'm, eating my meals and that I'm not just eating them, I'm eating them purposely and fueling myself with good nutrient-dense foods. These are all things that would, at the end of the day, I'd feel impressed. If I ended my day with a good stretching session, if I felt like I gave enough time to the people I love, then I'd be really impressed with myself. Those are just some things to share with you guys, how I'd feel impressed. But I'm sure you guys have other examples as well. But think about that. Think about going about your day impressing yourself, not impressing other people. And I'd imagine the energy that you would put out into the world would be so much brighter and more positive, and you would impact the people around you because you would be focusing on making yourself happy. All right, and the last tip, number 7, is count your blessings. And I'm just going to read this from here. It says, take a second every night before you turn out the light, and in that moment, quit worrying about what you don't have. Quit worrying about what others have that you don't. Think about what you do have. You have a lot to be thankful for. Feels pretty good, doesn't it? Feeling better about yourself is the best way of all to recharge your mental batteries. So this makes me think about, what do you do before you go to bed at nighttime? I think for a lot of us in the current social media stage, you guys are maybe scrolling through Instagram. Maybe you're watching YouTube videos at nighttime. In a lot of ways with social media, we waste a lot of time thinking about what others have, which then makes us think about what we don't have sometimes. And we are all so fortunate. And I'm not saying there's not bad situations and that there are not many of you watching this who've probably had horrible things go on in your life. But for the most part, I just feel blessed to be here, to wake up every day, to be an American citizen, to have the freedom that I have in this country, to have a family, to have a job. Like, there's so many things I'm thankful for when you really sit down and think about it. I definitely am not good with this one to count. I think I'm appreciative in moments, but I don't think I really take the time at night to reflect on how great my day was, or, maybe the things I did to impress myself, and just be grateful for everything I have. And overall, that's going to help you create more mental toughness. If you see a theme with these 7 tips I gave you guys, it's all about really boosting your own mental toughness. Is about boosting your vision of yourself and how you handle the day and how you handle your view of yourself and your goals. There is the ability to improve your mental toughness, and I think there's a lot of good information I gave you guys here to think about, and it doesn't just pertain to bikini prep, it pertains to your entire life. So I want you guys to, like I said, comment below on what kind of stuck out to you, and maybe make a couple goals for yourself this week on how you're going to go about focusing on your mental toughness, if that's a goal for you this week. Especially for folks in my Driven Challenge, I'd love for you guys to maybe comment on the Facebook group some of these tips that I spoke about, and maybe what you're going to work on for the upcoming week. So that was a lot of talking. I'll stop there, guys. We are less than 5 weeks out. Plenty more to come. Your girl is dialing it in. Things are getting tight and right. So it's going to be good. I'm feeling very positive and very blessed. And more vlogs coming, guys. And we will see you in the next one. Make sure to like this video, share it with others.